And we're live!
Hello everybody! Back in the office just for 2 days, but today was the launch of De-Stress and I wanted to go and see some members of the team because it was so exciting, and so they're here socially distancing. Listen to the music and the joy that is De-Stress. There's Nicole, there's Alicia, there's Poppy, there's Hannah who does my lives with me, there's Naomi who's joined us who helps in PR, there's Dido who does PR, there's Louise. De-Stress, 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 De-Stress.
Woo! Woo!
Already. This has been a very jolly day. Now ladies, this is what De-Stress does for you.
Everybody's saying such an exciting day!
Such an exciting day.
Woo! Shake it, they say!
It's the most exciting day since Trinny London launched. There's been a lot of work. The team have worked so hard. I've given them hell all day long. Tech has been killing itself. Anyone from tech, and I don't know how much techies even follow our social media, but I want to say we're there. I want to give huge thanks to everyone. I want to say Gaia, who single-handedly managed the project of bringing street dress. Claire, Chloe is matching my singing, but Claire, who is the head of NP-T. Gaia, who literally gave birth to the baby. Gaia and I went back on 20 renditions of De-Stress to get it right. Social media are going to educate you over the next week how to use De-Stress in your life. BFF De-Stress. It goes on after your BFF SP30. It gives you fuller coverage. It gives you incredible skincare ingredients. They are going to work to reduce the stress in your life. And that's what we all need right now. Lowering the stress. Lowering the stress. Lowering the stress.
De-Stress.
So for those of you who haven't really followed the 19 lives I've done today and the many journalists I've met in my Trinny London mini, didn't we love that? I'm going to now take you into the studio! And we're going to go into the details of these. So any questions you want to ask me, we're here. Hannah, come on in, because you can shout out questions and so. Look! The studio! How we miss you here! We miss you here in the studio, and one day we will be back in the studio. For sure. It's going to happen, okay? Now.
Congratulations, Trinny.
Thank you. Lined up. Those lovely products. I think we want background music still. It's such lovely music. Can we just have it like low? It's upbeat music. Will you ask them just to keep it on but a bit lower?
You epitomise joy today.
Oh, I tell you what, it's been...
Hi.
I can't tell you how stressful the day has been because we had many tech issues. It was a huge deal to put this up, and we did a whole new page. There's a lot of information on the page that explains to you the benefits of De-Stress, but I'm going to give it to you in a nutshell for those of you who didn't follow me all day today. De-Stress is a tinted serum. It's a tinted serum that is a skincare product. It gives you great coverage. The coverage is in between BFF, SPF, and just a touch. It's like your new foundation tinted moisturizer and serum all rolled into one. That's what it is. Now the way it works is you put it on your skin, and I'm going to put some on my skin now. 1 second. Let me get Lucy. There she is, named after our lovely lead in social media, Lucy, who does Closet Confessions with me. And I generally, I've had some on all day, but I generally put 2 pumps on over my BFF. And this is going to immediately give me coverage, and it's going to release 2 molecule sizes of hyaluronic acid, which are going to plump up my skin. Because when we're stressed, we release a stress-releasing hormone called cortisol. And what that does is it really damages our skin. So everything in this formula is done to reduce the levels of cortisol damage on your skin. So if you feel you've got stress from reading about Boris Johnson today, or stress from a nagging husband, or stress from a difficult teenager, that kind of internal emotional stress, for me, I know it shows on my face. And I can get it from many different things. I had it this morning from thinking, will the site go live? Will it be all right? I've had it because my mum is in hospital and I've been very worried about her. I've had it over the summer with Lila, waiting for her results. And that shows on my face. And what happens when I'm stressed is I release more cortisol, and that comes to the epidermis, which is the outside bit of your skin, and it kind of just eats away at a well, plump looking skin. So we put in 2 different complexes, and their combination is called NP-TriOX. So the NP is neuroproline, and neuroproline is a scientifically proven reducer of stress on the skin, and we have put a very high percentage in it. We've put a really active skincare percentage in it, and that deals with all the stress internally that's coming out, sitting on the surface, and it neutralizes it. Our TriOX, which is our triple antioxidant formula, deals with all outside stresses that result in cortisol being released, which result in cell damage and results in collagen loss. So that's things like computer screens, our phone. How many hours a day are we on our phone in front of a computer? It is damaging to our skin. It releases free radicals that run around our skin and are damaging to our skin. As well as, you might have been in the summer and been out without an SPF, and you've got damage from sun. That's damage on your skin, that's a free radical. It could be that you eat a lot of the wrong foods and you have inflammation in your skin. It could be pollution. You might run every day, you're getting a lot of pollution. So the TriOX part of the formula protects your face during the day from those stresses. So the combination of the internal and external stresses are combated by our incredible technology-driven formula, which is called NP-TriOX. So that's it in a nutshell. The coverage is really gorgeous. I'm so running around today, but just I hope Chloe's getting a good camera angle. But there's the coverage, and you can build it up. It comes in 12 amazing shades, very stretchable shades, and it's the kind of thing where people will look at you and say, my God, your skin looks incredible, but they won't see foundation coverage thickly, but it will cover. So we've had 400 women in here over many months testing the product out, and when we were formulating the colours, we've had women doing consumer trials where they were sent something, not in the lovely packaging, all covered up, and they were asked to say what they thought. And for a month, they had to fill in a spreadsheet and say, how does my skin feel the first day? How does it feel after a week? How does it feel without the product when I've been using it for a few weeks? And we've had incredible results. We've had 85% of women say, my skin is so much more plump and glowy when I have this product on. It gives beautiful coverage. We've had comments like, after I've used this for a month, when I have nothing on my skin, I'm seeing an improvement in my skin. I've been asked lots of questions today. I've been asked things like, when in my routine should I use BFF De-Stress? It's after your SPF 30. Now that might seem really weird to put a serum on after your SPF, but we have formulated this serum specifically to deal with things that are on the far extremities of our skin, so it needs to sit on top of everything else. So if you don't use our SPF 30 and you use another one, that's great. If you use a serum, that's great. You can do your cleansing, your serum, your moisturizer, and this product. You can do cleansing, no serums, our BFF SPF 30, and this product. You can do cleansing, no serums, no moisturizer, and if you have an oily skin, you can use this product because the skincare benefits are so active. And there are many, many brands that I've tested over the years. As you know, I'm obsessed with skincare. So for me to do our first skincare makeup hybrid, it's so exciting, I nearly it had to be full of proper grown-up ingredients. It couldn't just be that token functional levels, they're active levels of ingredients. 16.5% of this formula is active levels. That's incredibly high. It's probably higher than any other sort of hybrid formula, and it's probably higher than a few serums you might have in your bathroom. So I can't wait for you to try it. And when you go on the site, when you're trying to find your shade, Match to Me has had some issues today. So you can always look on stories, but I also have this lovely diagram here. So if Chloe wants to kind of come up to the diagram, we can just describe to you what you wear. So on the left would be your BFF shade, and next up would be your BFF that you wear, and then this is your BFF De-Stress that you wear. So if you wear lightest BFF, you will wear Flora or Jemima De-Stress, and it depends on your skin colour. So if you're alabaster, which is really light, you would definitely wear like the lightest light. Like people who find it difficult to find a foundation light enough for them, you're going to be wearing Flora. If you have that sort of pale peaches and cream, you know, paler skin tone, which really I'd call porcelain, then you're going to be wearing Jemima. If you have sort of a light peaches and cream classic complexion, you would also wear Jemima, and it goes down here. So then we have people who wear light BFF, and you could be probably, if you might be wearing Zandy, just a touch, and then you would definitely be wearing either Jemima or Claire. I wear Lucy, which is here, and that's for people who wear light medium BFF, and probably wear redder as a under eye. I wear Mary sometimes, but they have sort of rosy olive, they're peaches and cream skin tone, and they're an olivey skin tone. If you are a sort of proper olive, you'll go to Binky, named after Cheryl, who leads customer service. Phenomenal woman, Cheryl. And Binky is her nickname. She has a great Instagram called Binky. And that's her shade, one shade darker than me. Then it goes on, and we have then, after that, where am I? I've got to find myself. I got to find myself. God, I'm doing it all the time, finding myself. So anyone who wears medium BFF will wear Binky. Very simple. Then we've got people who might be at the darkest shade of medium, and they wear Beck's foundation, and they would then be wearing, I think, what are they wearing? They're still wearing Binky. But if they are a slightly more a caramel skin tone, they would be wearing Leslie. So if you're kind of a dark caramel skin tones, you'll wear Leslie. No, sorry, if you are, I'm reading it back to front here, I can't see on the back. So if you are, there we go. Lightest caramel and darkest olive will wear Leslie. So if you wear Santa foundation shade, you will wear Leslie. In medium, if you wear BFF medium, but you are more a Beck's foundation, Davina under eye, and a caramel skin tone, you'll wear Leslie as well. But Miriam, the next one down, is more for a darker caramel skin tone. Then we go down to Shreya, named after my adorable nephew and godson's fiancé, and they're both in India. I haven't seen them for ages, so she hasn't managed to try it. But Shreya is like a caramel dark in shade. Then you have Iffy, one of our This Morning models, phenomenal smile. You'll see her on the carousel, and she's sort of a brown skin tone, and she wears probably Milka BFF Eye and Femi foundation. Gail, you might have seen Gail on a lot of she's one of our main models. She's also from This Morning. I found her This Morning. She has that chopped, fantastic Grace Jones haircut, white hair, super, super cool woman in her 50s. You can't believe it. She looks like she's 30 because she's wearing BFF De-Stress. And she would be a mid-brown skin tone. She'd normally wear Femi. Then you have Jael. Jael works in our financial department. I've talked about Jael a lot today because she's a very strong, amazing woman. And I love it that we can call team members after these products. And she would wear AO in the BFF Eye, and she'd wear Oprah foundation. Her skin is a dark brown. A darkest brown skin is Jael, could also wear that too. And Francesca, one of our very first models, who's a photographer and is gorgeous, and she is ebony skin tone, and she has a deep with cool neutral undertones. So that gives you an idea. On social, on stories, you'll see lots of things, and in about an hour I've created a grid, whilst Match to Me isn't working, and it might be working any minute now, that you can just see lots of women quickly instead of going through the carousel, and it will show you who you are. So that's kind of how to get your colours. But I really want you also to read those reviews, because at the bottom, the women, the sort of 300 women who tried the product, not knowing what it is, we wrote down what they thought. And it's amazing what they've said. It sent shivers down my spine. Every day I was looking, because they would post them up on this big document for us over 30 days. And I'd call up Claire, who's the head of innovation, and say, what have they said today? I want to know, because it's like giving birth to a second baby. So it's been an incredible feedback so far. I've shown press all day long and just had amazing feedback from press as well. So I can't wait for you to try it. Any questions? Yes,
Everyone is very excited and they can't like wait to try it. Some of our viewers are having troubles on the website ordering it, but we know and we're working on it.
We know there's a few problems because we had thousands of people on the website today, so it was just more traffic than we'd ever had. I hope we're not going to sell out. I don't think we're going to sell out this week, okay? But it was more traffic than we ever had, so please be patient. And if you put an order through and you think it hasn't gone through, be in touch with customer service, and there are sort of now, I think, 7 of them, and they are working as hard as they can to get through. But please be patient, you will get one, and it just is an overload on our site. But we've got 12 tech team working on it. They worked through the night last night, and they've been working incredibly hard today. I've been giving them such a tough time, but I just want to say, if any of them are watching, I know how hard you've worked. I know how hard Emma's worked, who's the head of e-com, and she's been the person who's had to coordinate everything, and she's literally hasn't slept for a few days. And there's so many team members at Trinny London who've worked incredibly hard, and you know who you are, and I really appreciate it. And I just want to say that because I've been, very like, what's happening today, and that kind of boss, not the kind of, oh my God, this is joyous. I've had moments of stress today, but BFS has helped it.
A lot of them are ordering successfully, and a lot of them are having trouble. So probably it's just the traffic.
So it's just the traffic. So if you've got lots of people getting through with their orders, it literally is the volume of traffic on the site. So please keep trying, and you'll get there.
Can you remind BFF, is it instead, or can you use it on top?
BFF SPF 30 is our product that to me is key to any regime. After you've done any skincare regime, you put that on, you get the SPF protection, whether it's winter or summer, and you get a glow. And I put BFF De-Stress on top of that for having the skincare benefits to protect my skin all day long from stress, which BFF SPF 30 does not do, and to give me a little bit more coverage, which some days I think actually I quite like that because I've got very used to it, because it doesn't show on my skin the sort of pigment, but I get the coverage I need to give a really beautiful complexion.
Hannah, any more questions? I think most of them are on the BFF because they wanted this clarification, so that's amazing. A lot of them are saying congratulations. Do we ship to Spain? Do we ship to Costa Rica?
We ship to about 69 countries. I mean, we ship worldwide. So we also have an American site, an Australian site, a European site. So if you're in America, Australia, or Europe, you can go to a local site, and when you go onto the site, you can just choose the language. At the top right, it will show little flags, and you choose your flag. Any other countries, you just go through the UK site, order, and we ship worldwide.
Is it okay for people with acne-prone skin?
Lila, I mean, she would hate me for saying this, has acne. She'd say, Mummy, you only have a few spots, please. But my daughter does. Whenever I haven't been able to find my BFF last month, Lila has had it. She's used it every day, religiously. She's dumped everything, and she's obsessed. So I've noticed her skin, because I said to her the other day, your skin looks really nice. And I said, what are you using new? And there was nothing. So I'm not saying it helps bad skin, because the skincare ingredients are to really deal with stress. But, if we remember that, spots are as a result of inflammation, and inflammation is caused by cortisol release. So there is a benefit in that. It's not going to dry up the spot with like a sort of glycolic or salicylic acid. It's not going to be a direct active on the spot, but I think it would be helpful. And a lot of women also who are quite oily and felt that they loved the BFF, but it gave them too much of a glow, love this product.
Sonia has said, are Binky and Lucy forgiving, as she thinks she sits between either? She's not sure.
They're very forgiving, and I will show you. I will do both, and you can see the difference. So there's Leslie, and I had Lucy here, and here's Binky. So I'm going to show you the two. So Lucy is my shade, which wears Trintron and is light medium. There, that's Lucy, like that. And then Binky is the next one up, and it sits like that. So once they're rubbed in, you'll see that Binky has a little bit more warmth to it. But if you decided you quite like a tiny bit of colour in your face, I would go for Binky. If you want to be really true to your complexion shade, I'd go with Lucy. Personal choice.
I mean, I am sort of in between if I'm more tan than binky
Exactly.
and if
And
I'm less
also,
tan
you know,
than...
we've all been out this summer, and a lot of us might have been out because we haven't actually been on holiday. We haven't been so careful, perhaps, about SPF because we haven't been taking a holiday. So we've let the garden sun get to us, and then our skin is a little bit darker. So you might want to keep that tan up. But I would say, I always believe with any skincare product, the closer you are to your skin colour, the more beautiful that final look will be because it will just sit seamlessly on your skin.
Louise has asked if you have mild rosacea, should you shade up?
That's really interesting because when we have a lot of women who are peaches and cream, but if they're peach and cream with rosacea, peach and cream usually wear Zandy, but we get them to wear Yas because Yas will take out the redness. So I would say that if you are rosacea driven and you sit in a kind of Zandy place, I would say that maybe you use Lucy or you use Binky, but Binky might give you better coverage for that redness. And a lot of people with rosacea, because rosacea only goes up really to a light tan skin, because as soon as you get olive in your skin, you don't normally have rosacea as an issue. It's an issue with a very sort of pale skin. And as soon as there's more melanin in your skin, there are other issues you can get, but it's not rosacea. So I would say yes, to go for either Lucy or Binky.
We had a question on the teapot that comes with the order.
Yeah.
Can they take it out?
You can. I think now you can remove the teapot from your bag because we have new customers who love the teapot, because as soon as you get your new teapot, which you can then decant some of this into, it will just go onto your stack and then you just walk around with that and you have it in there. So that's why we do include it, especially for new customers who maybe it's the first product they buy and we want to introduce them to the concept of the stack. And it's very convenient. I use it for many, many things anyway. I use it for pills, I use it for earrings, I use it for Lila's teeth years ago. But you know, you can find uses for it. And when I travel also, I love having those teapots because I put my moisturiser in one and I put, you know, a kind of scrub in another. And not that we're travelling so much at the moment, but when we are.
They are worried about the glow. Does it dampen down the glow of the BFF? Does it have a similar glow?
I would say BFF is a glow and this is radiance. So when I put BFF De-Stress on top of BFF, I will make the glow a radiance. It doesn't make it matte at all. So like at the moment, can you see there is a little glow to my skin? Can you see that?
Yeah.
And that's I've got BFF De-Stress and I've got BFF SPF 30 underneath. So should we just say goodbye to the office? And I want to thank you all for watching. And it's so nice because we probably, you know, we practice social distancing in this office. And it just, you know, on a day of a launch normally, can we put that music up again, please? On a day of a launch normally, you know, I'd be in the office and I would be feeding off the energy of the office. And so it was so important for me to come in here today and feel the team. De-stress.
De-stress. De-stress. De-stress. De-stress.
De-stress. Good night, everybody.
Bye.